John Jackson.
Welcome back inside the lab. Jordan Moore, John Jackson, and the head coach of men's and women's track and field, Caryl Smith-Gilbert, joins us now. Congratulations, coming off conference indoor championships on both sides, both the men's and women's side. Coach, is this coming together, sort of how you envision so far this season?
Yes, I think so.
Standards are high, I know.
Yeah, yes, very high. I envisioned us doing very well. We've spent a lot of time recruiting some of the best student athletes in the country. So sometimes it takes you a little while to get them up and rolling, but it's starting to happen.
You know, and that's what I wanted to talk about. The one thing I've noticed since you've come to USC, the recruiting has been phenomenal. I mean, you've been able to get – it seems like every athlete has worked out. I mean, and I know that you probably don't feel that way, but it just seems like everything has worked out. I mean, you've been here. This would be your 5th year, and now, like anybody else is trying to build a program, once they get their players in and the program starts to elevate, and that's exactly what's happened here.
Yes, I'm not sure they all work out. If
It
I
appears
could get 100% of them to work out, I'd quit being a track coach and go be a consultant.
Okay.
But I have right now. We are very blessed to have a very solid, just a good group of kids, and they're doing such a great job academically. Great personalities, great character, and I think those things just lend a hand to how they perform.
You know, I wanted to talk about that academic piece because you're exactly right. There's 14 Trojans that have been academic All-Americans since you've taken over the helm. How much, obviously you take a lot of pride in that aspect of it. A lot of people are just trying to build winning programs because that's what you get paid for.
Yes.
But the academic part of it, you have taken seriously, and these kids have responded. Was it part of the vision when you took over that element was going to come with the athletic part of it?
Oh, yes. As most people know, track and field, most athletes don't make millions and millions of dollars. So to me, the academics is more important than the track and field, and we know that, and that's part of our recruiting speech. That's part of our day-to-day life. If you don't go to class, you don't go to meets. I don't care who you are, the best of the best will not travel if they're not about graduating. You come to USC to graduate, and then you run fast, throw far, jump far.
Well, some of the best are on this 4x400 men's relay team. You made some serious news a couple weeks ago when they broke the world indoor record in that event. We've talked to Michael Norman before. We sort of know about his reputation, but what makes that quartet special?
I think the thing that makes them special, I mean, you have 4 guys who all have come together. They train very hard. I think they push each other to be the best. If you don't have competition in training, it's very hard to reach a high level. But who can argue with a coach that's the Olympic champion, Quincy Watts?
Good start.
They respect their coach. He's teaching them different things about the race as far as rhythm and where to move and where to hold and how to run the race. There's more to it than just the training. And how can you have a better mentor than an Olympic champion?
You know, last year you guys finished 3rd in the NCAA championships, and so of course this year, and of course the year has to play out. But of course this year the assumption is this team is even better than it was a year ago. What is your thoughts on that?
We had a very talented team. We have the same kind of talent this year, but I think the mindset is much stronger. We've been focusing on excellence, execution, and effort. So we're just trying to give 100% effort, 100% execution every race, every time we get on the ring, every time we're on the runway. So we have a better focus, and we have a lot more confidence because we've been going to some of the bigger meets for years now, and they've finally come into their own.
And speaking of those big meets, we're hosting a couple. There's the Trojan Invitational on March 16 and 17. But I want you to tell us about a really exciting new meet that we're hosting, the Power 5 Trailblazer Challenge. That's March 23rd and 24th. Tell us about the inspiration behind this meet.
I have to give the credit to my husband because he thought of it, but I'll say it's my idea. So
you're the trailblazer.
Yeah. The Power 5 Trailblazer, what we thought of is a concept of there are 5 female head coaches or directors of track and field in the Power 5 of combined programs. So we wanted to bring all 5 of those phenomenal women here to Los Angeles and get them to compete. So I was able to get Amy Deem from Miami, Beth Alfred Sullivan from Tennessee, Karen Dennis from Ohio State, and Connie Price Smith from Ole Miss. 4 of them, or 3 of them, have been head Olympic coaches for Team USA. Wow. So it's going to be a really great meet. We're going to wear pink jerseys. Every team has agreed to wear pink jerseys with their logo, even the men. It's a men's and women's meet, but we want to celebrate the women who are trailblazers.
You know, that's phenomenal. And one thing that I noticed in terms of reading your bio, you were the 2016 Mpsf Men's Coach of the Year, which of course sort of goes back to signifying this, you know, the track meet that's coming up, and women elevating themselves as head coaches, which of course a lot of times they can be women's coaches. That's what people would assume. But you know, for these 5 women that you talk about, including yourself, to be able to coach on the men's side and sort of show that, you know, that women can control the sport and be successful at it. How important is that for you to be that, you know, the Trailblazer, which is what this event is called?
I think it's very important for me to demonstrate to young men and young women what strong females can do. Some people think, well, you know, she's helping women. No, I'm helping men too, because men also have a role model in me on how women can be and what you can look for. So I think it's important because we don't have a whole lot of women in any sport as a head coach or an assistant coach. And a lot of women have drawbacks and setbacks with family life and trying to have a career. But we're here to show you that you can do it. It is possible.
Well, you are doing it, that is for sure. Top 5 teams on both the men's and women's side. Going for a national championship next week in the indoor season, and then it'll be out to outdoor season, and the trophy hunt continues for USC track and field. Thank you, Caryl Smith-Gilbert. More Trojans Live next.